Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this. For us, it is still morning, just barely. Oh no, it's a little after 10, but we are having a slower morning. We've just come downstairs. My littles were playing quite nicely. My oldest is not feeling the best. He's a little under the weather. So we just kind of took it easy this morning and had a slow one. But I know I have a ton to do in this kitchen. Don't judge me, but it's a hot mess. We need to make some sense of this. I've got carrots that I washed but left out because a couple of carrots in the bag were not looking so hot. So I have those there. We need to figure out what we're going to do with them. Either put them back in the fridge or maybe freeze them. I have dirty dishes from last night, clean dishes that need to be put away. Clean, 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 clean. This is a whole jar project. Like, I have jars and lids, but I don't know how lids and jars separate. They don't have their mates anymore. So we've got to figure that out. We're having cold pizza. My littles are having cold pizza for breakfast. That's what they wanted. So they're having that. But there's just like clutter everywhere, all over the counter. It's just madness. And the island here is a mess. Everywhere I look. Clutter as far as the eye could see. So we're going to try to make some sense of these things. Maybe freeze a couple of things, dehydrate a couple of things. Maybe we'll get some meal prep done. I don't know. I'm supposed to do a freezer meal for our February month, but I can't when it's like this. So let's do something. Okay, one of the first things I'm gonna do is I have some dehydrated mushrooms. We had some mushrooms in here that were in my fridge that were gonna start looking a little sad. So I'm just gonna take some of these recycled jars that were on the counter and store them in here for now until I figure out if I want to vacuum seal them and store them long term, or if I just want them in the pantry for when we make cream of mushrooms and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna take the power greens that we got from Costco and put these in the dehydrator. Next, we've been making our own green powder and it's been working out really great. We just add a little pinch of that into our smoothies, or you can even put in a little bit into your, like when you're making ground meat, so ground beef or ground turkey, because you can hardly taste it at all, and it just adds a whole bunch of the good green stuff for you. So I'm gonna get this on the dehydrator before I let it sit in my fridge and it goes bad too long. I have 5 trays and it fills it up, and as you can see, I just really, when I dehydrate these, I go ahead and just like plop it all on there because they're leaves, and I just let it kind of run. And about halfway through the day, I'll come back and switch the trays up just a little bit. Our dehydrator is kind of just like an off-brand. It's Ambiano. We got it at Aldi's a few years back. It works okay. It's not one of the fancy ones, but like I said, it works okay. So I just put it in there that way. I still have a little bit left of the greens in this bag here, but I went through quite a few. So when that is done, I probably will either have to wait and finish the greens up tonight, like later tonight, leave it on overnight, or I'll just wait and do the rest of these in the morning. But I got a big chunk in there. We're gonna plug this in and get this going while we get on with some other stuff. clean surface. How fast do you want to bet somebody's gonna come put something on my nice clean surface? It'll probably be me, in all honesty. Okay, let's keep going. Let's take a break. It's gonna be 11 now, and my oldest is ready to eat something, and quite honestly, so am I. I've been getting in this bad habit where I am not eating. In the morning, I have my coffee, my collagen, my creamer, and then I just kind of push off eating until I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, and then I just reach for anything. It's a bad habit that I get myself into sometimes. It cycles. Anyways, so I'm gonna pause for a second, make myself and my son something to eat. My two littles have already eaten, and then we'll get back to cleaning. So essentially, I'm gonna make a little bit more of a mess and then go back to cleaning, I guess. I don't know. This is life, right? That wasn't me. I wasn't the first to put something down. It's okay, we're making toast. So put this down. My son's gonna have toast, and I think I'm actually gonna have some leftover soup. Let's dirty some dishes too, because why not? Okay, now I'm like, shouldn't have ate, because I don't want to go back to cleaning, but we're gonna finish cleaning. So all I did was load the dishwasher, and then I washed what didn't need to really go in the dishwasher. I just feel like it's easier to do like the pots and pans and stuff, and then like lids that can't go in the dishwasher. So I did that, and then I also have this little project here. These are like the miscellaneous jars. I think I already said this. So I want to match up the jars and the lids and throw away or recycle what doesn't have matches. So we're going to dry this little bit and get it put away and get this done, and then take a look at a whole and see what project we can start next. Okay, so I went through, I ended up cleaning my cupboard that's off to the side here to make sure that I had all the lids and jars, because I just want to do this one time. I don't want to find more jars. And here on this side, I have all the recycle jars that have lids, and then I'm going to just try to match these here, and if they don't have partners or lids, they gotta go. So I already know one of these has to go. These, I was saving these glass ones for when we make our own salad dressing, but I don't need two of them. So this can go to recycle. Okay, so this little section is going to recycle. Not too bad. And then these I'm gonna keep. I have some room up in my upper cabinet here that I'm gonna actually keep them in our upper cabinet here, because I have been using our mason jars to store like food stuff when we put it in the fridge or things like that, because like especially tomato based products, I don't like to put them in the plastic foodware because it stings and stuff. And our soups, sometimes we put it in there, but then when I go and I need a mason jar for something else, that mason jars are all around jars around here. We use them for our cups if we need them. I use them when I brew kombucha and stuff like that. And so what's happening is that when I go to do kombucha or something, I don't have enough jars because we have them like leftovers or whatever in the fridge with them. So I want to be sure, or they're in the pantry too. So I want to make sure that I'm using these up, especially for leftovers in the fridge, because we go through it quickly. And so I just want to make sure I have all the jars set, and that they have matching lids, because there's nothing worse than trying to like put something away and then having to hunt around for a lid for it. Another clean counter. Yay, me! I think I'm gonna do a quick wipe down of the oven here. But we're making some headway. Clean kitchen. You know, we're making some headway in time to make lunch and dinner, but here we go. Okay, so I have the island actually has a couple of things on it right now. It has some stuff that's drying and then my cleaning spray. But I wiped off the stove. This countertop is cleaned. I think it's time to move on to the carrots. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is go ahead and freeze them because I don't think we're gonna go through the carrots that quickly, like just raw fresh carrots. So I'm gonna go ahead and freeze them so that we can add them to meals and stuff like that. The first thing I'm gonna do is, since they're already cleaned off, they were just sitting on the side here, I'm going to peel them, and I'm gonna save the peels and the ends and stuff if they still look pretty decent, and put them in my freezer bag for veggie stock later. And then I'm going to slice them and blanch them for about 3 minutes before I put them on a tray to like kind of flash freeze. It's not technically, I guess, the temperature. Our freezers never get to like the flash freeze level, but it freezes them individually so that when you throw them in the bag, they don't stick into one giant clump and make it really hard to pull them out. So let's get started with them. All right, this is how I'm gonna leave it for today. Well, not really for the whole day. It's gonna be until we make lunch and then dinner and all the things. I did give it a quick sweep, but is it perfect? No. Is it better? Yes, and I'm very excited about that. That's all I really kind of want to set out to do today, is to kind of make it a little better. Let me be able to think, you know the feeling when you come in and you're just like, I don't even want to cook, I don't want to do anything because it's such a mess. And then there's those moments where you're like, I don't even want to clean, I just want to leave this house. So I'm so glad that it's tidied up. I have the carrots in the freezer, and then I'm gonna leave them in there for a few hours. I'm hoping to get a quick workout in, so I'm gonna check them after the workout. I'm gonna switch the trays really quickly on my greens and then let those keep going for a few more hours too. If you want to see how the greens look when they're all done and kind of the powder form of it, I do have another video and I will link it for you so that you can see that when it's all completed, because it's going to take quite a few hours, and I'm afraid I won't come back and remember to add it to this video. So I'll just go ahead and link that video if you want to be sure to see that. But that's where I'm going to call it quits today. I'm not going to tackle the rest of the fridge today. I would go ahead and open it. My kids have been kind of munching on leftovers throughout the day too, and that's probably what we'll end up doing for the remainder of the afternoon. Just kind of snack on that, and then there is some meat in there that's already thawed, and that's what we'll do for dinner. And then that's gonna be it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen today and kind of getting it tidied up. It's not perfect, like I said, but it's better, and I'm good with that. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know that this is the kind of content that you enjoy. It also really helps the channel. If you're not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing and joining our little YouTube family. It would mean so much to us. And if you are already part of the family, thanks so much for hanging out, and thanks for being a part of this little journey of ours. Thanks again for watching.